Right, so I don't need to waffle anymore. We're back racing and we're back with the important stuff. And it's a good start this time from the outside then, and once again it's Sarah Meehan just getting a little tug then. She's out of shape as they go into turn one, and she faces oncoming traffic, and just like in this morning's first round of qualifying, we end up with a rerun out of race number with the rerun of race number one then as they emerge from the line. And it is once again a very even break in this class 1 lineup, but it's just about Emma Whittaker to look to take a wide line through turn 1. She'll try and get back onto that inside line and just about has her headlights in that second spot, so she leads the chase. So Sophie Sheehan down into the start gate turn for the first time, but it's a three-way tussle for second, third and fourth, and it's Hannah Lewis that just about pops out in second in Athelston 212, but going with her Sarah Meehan in West Waterford 134. Chloe Ray in BC 150 then looks to get up into the mix and spoil the party in BC number 150 as well, as she's there rounding out your top four, and Emma Whittaker falls down to 5th in the Stroud and District Machine ahead of Ruby Turner in Nottingham 184. With the car from the Evesham Club, Bobby Kelly towards the tail end of the field, but this time round it's going to be another lap complete for the South Wales League machine of Sophie Sheehan, PAC 33, down the hill with a couple of laps to go from the car that's there still in that second spot and still continues to lead the chase. That is Sarah Meehan in West Waterford 134. Hannah Lewis in Athelston 212 picked up a second this morning. A third place to add to that will see her on 81 points overnight, and I'm not sure what you need to get into the ladies class 1 final tomorrow, but a second and third will suit certainly among the top half. And she's got problems on board the A212 machine as she comes right to a halt as she goes down and freewheels back towards the start line in the A212 machine. But it is a checkered flag time this time round, and it's going to be Sophie Sheehan then in PAC 33 that takes 55 points from round 2 of qualifying from Sarah Meehan in West Waterford 134. Chloe Ray takes 3rd in BC 150 from Emma Whittaker in Stroud 627. Nottingham 184 is Ruby Turner, and then orders bungee lifts, and away we go. And race 3 then leave the line. Scunthorpe 951 then from the inside of the pack is Claire Compton, but it's just about the Jess Conway machine. Cumdee 182 that leads into turn 1, leads out of turn 2 and passes us down the hill for the first time. Going with her then is your race leader from this morning, and that is Claire Compton. So the two 55 pointers from this morning's first round of qualifying are there in first and second. They're joined by Jane Knight in IK number 2, who's there rounding out your top 3 and rounding out your top 4. A better result this time for Amber in North Wales 52, and of course Amber Powell, and she's the one that's there rounding out the top 4. Lauren Fuller, West Waterford 299, then back in that 5th spot, and Rachel Hadley in Sun Valley 147. Well, so far her day 1 at the Nationals isn't going to plan, is it? Because she's normally seen further up the field than the 5th position she's currently in. But it's another lap complete. Jess Conway looking to make it 2 heat wins out of 2 and looking to start her defence of the Class 1 national title in the best way possible. But don't forget, the heat results don't really matter as long as they're in the top 8. That's all that counts, because it's all luck then out of the draw on the final. But this time round it's got to be Jess that comes down the hill to see that yellow rag with a black cross. She's got 1 circuit of this Castleroyd Raceway to go. Claire Compton still there in that 2nd spot in Scunthorpe 951. Jane Knight still there in 3rd in IK 212. The biggest race on the track is for 4th and 5th between Amber Powell and Rachel Hadley in North Wales 52 and Severn Valley 147, but it's pretty much from the word go. Jess Conway makes it 2 from 2, 100 points in the bag for Claire Compton in Scunthorpe 951. Jane Knight takes 3rd, Amber Powell 4th in North Wales 52. Cassie Jones, Maddie Tilson, Laurie Davis and Rebecca Hennebury. And it's the 2 heat winners from the first round of qualifying then are Lexi Owen and Maddie Tilson in North Wales 97 and St. Neots 16, and unfortunately it's Maddie that's got it all wrong on the entry down to turn 1, and we're going to have another set of red flags around this Castleroyd Raceway. Yeah, thank you. We're going to go then with a rerun of race number 4 of the 2nd round of qualifying of your ladies Class 1, sponsored this weekend by Wickham Racing. And once again it is Lexi Owen that leads into turn 1 in the North Wales 97 machine, and she's followed by the West Waterford 558 machine of Rebecca Hennebury down into the start gate turn, and it's still the West Waterford machine that leads the chase ahead of Laurie Davis. TA number 2 rounds out your top 3 just ahead of the St. Neots 16 machine of Maddie Tilson, but back at the head of affairs, and Lexi Owen now begins to pull away. Just a little bit of daylight between herself and the rest of the chasing pack, as Laurie and Maddie then in 3rd and 4th just have a little bit of a ding dong, and it's Laurie that loses out in the Tivy machine, and it's the PAC 71 machine of Chelsea Jones that makes up the most ground and has really reeled in the Tivy number 2 machine. But it's another lap complete then, and there aren't that many laps to go before Lexi Owen in North Wales 97 makes it 2 heat wins out of 2, and that is a super day at day 1 of the Nationals. But Rebecca Hennebury is on the accelerator up the hill in West Waterford 58, and over the course of the last lap she's really reeled in the boot lid of that Yaris, the North Wales 97 machine, though, down the hill and onto her final circuit. From Hennebury and Tilson, Davis still there in 4th ahead of Jones, and at the tail end of the field Ella Hill in IK 530 and Sean Evans in Forest 63. But everybody are on to their last lap as your race leader goes into turn 1 for the final time, and it is 110 points from day 1. That's a super cracking day's work for the North Wales 97 machine and Lexi Owen. Rebecca Hennebury takes 2nd in West Waterford 558 ahead of Maddie Tilson in St. Neots 16, Laurie Davis in TA2, Chelsea Jones in PAC 7. The track is clear. cloud of smoke coming from the rear end of the car that's in grid number 1. I think that's the West Waterford machine of Emma Tobin, but she's there amongst the front running pack as they go into turn 1. But it's Kerry Bennett in Cambridge 49. She's taken a very wide exit of turn 2. She loses out that race control to Stacey Mills, and it's Stacey that leads down into the start gate turn for the first time. I think Emma in the West Waterford machine might have picked up a black flag there, or was it blue? I don't know. But she's there in about the 6th spot. The first 4 begin to break away from the rest of the chasing pack. Just a little tag there from Lindsay Allen on the inner quarter of Kerry Deegan's Cambridge 48 machine, but Kerry's still there leading the chase down the hill in the Cambridge machine. But it is Stacey Mills in Leewood 46 that leads the way up the hill, about 8 car lengths clear of Kerry Bennett, who's still there in that 2nd spot. Then it's Lindsay Allen, Pennine 137 is there and currently sits on 36 points. She had a 2nd this morning. She'll want to try and match that at the very least, and she's got 2 laps to do it. St. Neots 296 is Victoria Tilson. She's there, having picked up a 5th this morning, so she's gone 1 better this time round, and she's there in that 4th spot. But before long we're going to have a race on for 2nd and 3rd, because Lindsay Allen really is reeling in Kerry Bennett in the Cambridge machine. But away and gone and on to her final circuit, it is Stacey Mills in Leewood 46. And that lead is extended as the Red Bull machine pulls ever clearer into the distance from Kerry Bennett in Cambridge 48, once again under pressure, and Lindsay Allen is through to match her 2nd place from this morning. So it is the 46 machine back towards us. She's going to make it a win and a 3rd in her first day here. Lindsay Allen makes it 2 seconds. Kerry Bennett takes 3rd in Cambridge 48 from the St. Neots 296 machine of Victoria Tilson. Then it's going to be the Rihanna Khan machine, Mallow 25 4th and 28, and Laura Henry in Star 19. She picked up a 3rd place in this morning's first round of qualifying, but is the top point scorer in this one after 1 round of qualifying. And true to form, she's the one that leads into turn 1. Going with her this time though is Nia Jones in TA25. What did Nia have this one? Nia had a 4th. So she's sat on 28 points going into this race, and she's there leading the chase down the hill for the first time behind the wheel of the TA25 machine. Then it's another 25 machine, this time from the Southern Island variety, and it's Jasmine Cusack in Mallow 25. That's there that currently rounds out your top 3, ahead of Rebecca Stevens, faring a little bit better this morning than her 8th in Penhouse 75. She's there in that 4th position. And then it's going to be Jessica DeCrow and Sam Salis that are going to go side by side and door to door possibly on the exit of the start gate turn. For what's that, 6th and 7th I think, and then Sylvie Brocklebank in Euston 24 at the tail end of the field. But back at the front, and Laura Henry's managed to round out another full circuit of this Castleroy race. Star number 19 with 2 laps to go. From Nia Jones in TA25 through the start gate turn, they continue to go. A bit of a gap now beginning to open between the 2 front running Yaris's and the first of the minis, or the only mini in this one. That belongs to, of course, Jasmine Cusack in Mallow 25, who's still there in that 3rd position. And Jasmine continues to race ahead of Rebecca Stevens in a Penhow 75. Your 1, 2, 3 and 4 then are safely on to their final circuit, ahead of Sam Salis, ahead of Sylvie Brocklebank and ahead of Jessica DeCrow. But the most important thing is that all 7 starters are on to their final circuit, and at the moment they're still continuing to race. Laura Henry though emerging from the top part of the circuit for the final time. She adds 55 points to her 36 from this morning, so she'll be sat on 91 points after 2 rounds of qualifying. Nia Jones takes 2nd in TA25 from Mallow. So no waffle, no need for it this time as we go racing then, and it's the 2 South Wales League machine. It's the Tyvee machine on the inside of the West Wales League. I continue saying West Wales League, that's a habit, isn't it? It's a PAC car on the outside, and who does that PAC car belong to? It's Lisa Smith. Oh, Lisa's got it all wrong. Luckily manages to avoid everybody, so I'm not sure whether she did that herself or whether she was tagged as they exited turn number 2. But it is the Tyvee 14 machine of Ellen Burton-Jones that climbs the bank and up the hill for the 2nd time of asking, about 4 or 5 car lengths clear of the York 121 machine of Kaz Watson, the national champion from many moons ago, and she's there leading the chase down the hill into that 2nd position. Marie Jones is there in CM number 30. She rounds out your 1, 2 and 3, and if anything, the Carmarthen car is making ground on the York machine as they climb the bank with a couple of laps to go. But it's the new car for this weekend, or what, one day done by Jack last weekend at Border Counties, but it's the first time Ellen's driven this car this weekend, and she's looking to go better than her second in this morning's first round of qualifying. She's looking to sit on 100 points as long as things go right in the TA14 machine. She makes her way then into turn 1 for the penultimate time. Still racing ahead of Kaz Watson in York 121, but she's slid a little bit wider and that allowed Marie just a sniff of a gap on the inside, but gets the door firmly shut. Ali Fitzpatrick in Radford 201 races ahead of the Star machine of Pippa Law and the Ludlow 25 machine of Tina Rose towards the tail end of the field. But exiting turn 2 for the final time and a dash down to the finish line. Ellen Burton-Jones takes on, I'm not sure if it's Ellen's birthday today as well, so if it is, happy birthday, something happy to that. And she takes 55 points from race number 7. York 121 is Kaz Watson. She's there, having taken 45 points from round 2 of qualifying, ahead of Marie Jones in Carmarthen 30, Ali Fitzpatrick in Radford 2. It doesn't mean that they're going to be among the top flight in heat number 2, but we go racing then, and away from the line they go, and it looks like a super quick start for Shannon Brown in TA number 63. She's the one that leads this time into the first turn. Gail Davis goes with her in Ludlow 77, but Gail's got a nicer line through turn 2, and she's there just up the inside of Shannon Brown in the TA63 machine, and on that inside line she's making it stick at the moment. It's the 77 machine that goes side by side and door to door with 63. Emily Retta in South Somerset 183 then looks to get up into the involvement as well, and she looks up the inside of Shannon Brown's Tivy machine, and it looks like the Somerset machine is through, as is Kirsty Glover in Yorkshire Dales 170. Shannon will be looking to fight back. Did she pick up a black flag from Dave Bennett there on the bottom bench? She might have done, or she might have just realised it and she's pulled into the infield. But the race very much on now as Emily Retta leads the chase in South Somerset 183. Gail Davis though still in full command at this very moment in time. As Ludlow 77 comes back down the hill towards us with 2 laps to go. Emily favouring that outside line through the start gate turn. Will the momentum carry her? Can she cut back on the inside of the Gail Davis machine? We'll await and see. At the moment that gap has remained equidistant all the way through that start gate turn. Kirsty Glover still there in that third spot in Yorkshire Dales 170, and they begin to break away just a little bit clear of Jessica Graham, Yorkshire Dales 169. Jessica picked up a 6th this morning, so she'll be happy with a 4th in this second round of qualifying. But eyes back at the front, and there's just about half a car length now between Gail Davis and Emily Retta as they make their way into turn 1 and 2 for the final time. It's going to be Davis though that makes it 110 points from day 1 here at the 2024 Ladies and Juniors Nationals. Emily Retta, South Somerset 83, makes it 100 points with a win. Again, another rerun of Class 1 Leave the Line, and this time it's the Charlotte Hart machine, Wessex 36, from the outside that's going to try and creep across the front of the pack to hug the cones as they go in to turn 1. Going with her is the Scunthorpe machine of Emily Lodge, and it is Emily that leads the chase down the hill in the Scunthorpe 213 machine. Then it's the Maggie Webster machine, IK number 1. She picked up a 2nd in this morning's first round of qualifying, and she's there at the moment in that 3rd spot, racing ahead of Faye Stevenson in North Shropshire 89, who rounds out your top 4. But it looks like Emily is coming under pressure from Maggie, but it also looks like that was at one point that Charlotte was coming under pressure from Emily, but she manages to pull away and extend her lead as they go down this near side straight and into the start gate turn. From here it looks like about 4 or 5 car lengths of an advantage, but by the time they reach the top of the hill it looks just a little bit more as they manage to make it through into turn 1 with, I think this time, a couple of laps to go. So it's the Wessex 36 machine that continues to lead then and hold off the challenge of the chasing pack. Your 1, 2, 3 and 4 away and gone from the Breeden Hill 43 machine of Hannah Baxter, who continues to race against and ahead of Margaret Tobin in West Waterford at 198, but into the top part of the circuit for the penultimate time. Webster's had enough of following Lodge. She's going to try and go right on the outside. She's going to try and get back on the cutback, but fails to do so at the moment. So it's number 1 that continues to hold on to that 3rd spot. 2 and 3 still in that 2nd position, and at the moment it's Charlotte Hart under all the pressure at the head of affairs as Wessex 36 then climbs the bank with just under half a circuit to go. So it's going to be a third in round 1, it's going to be a window in round 2, and it's going to be 91 points at the end of day 1 for Charlotte Hart in Wessex 36. Emily Lodge takes second from Maggie Webster, and Faye Stevenson takes fourth in North Shropshire 89.